right? So we wrote begin and yeah, okay, Hansa, thank you. Right, so we are taking count equals 0, right? So the begin is okay, count equals 0 is okay, right? Now we are going to we are going to ask for a name and display the name, and we are going to count, and we are going to check the count later. Now in the flow chart, now understand this very clearly. In the flow chart, this particular flow, now me color parting mark on the flow. This particular flow is belongs to the iteration, right? So in a flow chart, we can use the iteration condition in any place that we need, right? In any place that we need. But when it comes to the pseudocode, remember the structure. While condition should be there, then we should clarify what are the things to be done inside the while condition, or what should be done when iterating. So even though in the flow chart, while condition stays like after a lot of steps, like අපි මෙතන input එකක් යනවා, මෙතන output එකක් යනවා, මෙතන process එකක් යනවා, then after we are meeting the iteration condition. But when it comes to the pseudocode, remember to write the condition first. Like when you are meeting the iterative structure, you have to write the condition first, right? If you are using the while, there is another structure called repeat until, where you can define the condition at the end, and there is no way of defining the condition at the middle of the iteration. But when it comes to the flow chart, we can define the condition at any point of the iteration because it represents graphically, so we can understand how it happens. But when it is represented textually, it is not sensing anything if you make the condition at the middle, because we can't represent it from graphically that this has an iteration. pseudocode iteration එකක් තියෙනවා කියලා අඳුන ගන්න ඒගොල්ලෝ මේ while structure එක ඇතුලේ යම් කිසි දෙයක් දාලා තිබ්බොත් විතරයි. දැන් මෙයාට උඩින් ලියලා මොනවා හරි දෙයක් while එක මැද ලියලා ඊට පස්සේ ලිව්වම it doesn't make any sense, right? So you have to write the while condition, then after, since you are meeting the iteration, that count equals 0 උනායින් පස්සේ මම iteration එක ඇතුලේ තමයි දැන් යන්න හදන්නේ, right? So I'm going to write the iteration condition. So my iteration condition is what? I'm taking a while. So condition, it is going from years path. Years path එකෙන් තමයි iterate වෙන්නේ. So without a doubt, we can use the same condition that we are using here, right? So while I'm saying count less than 10, and I'm saying then, right? So count less than 10, then what we are going to do is we are going to go to the beginning, or like the very first point of the iteration. Very first point එකේ අපි ඉන්නේ, කියන්නේ අපි iteration condition එක ලිව්වා දැන්, right? Iteration condition එක ලිව්වා. So now we are considering from the point that we need to continue the iteration, right? The condition එක ලිව්වා, ඊට පස්සේ iteration එක පටන් ගන්න තැන ඉඳලා පිළිවෙල සලකන්න ඕනේ. So enter a name will be the first thing to write. So inside the while, I'm saying enter a name, then display a name, then count equals count plus 1. Then our iterative structure is over, so we can use end while. So our flow chart is just having an iteration, and at the no path means the iteration, once the iteration ends. So like once the iteration is false. So when the iteration falls, it executes the end while, that means end in the loop. Then it comes to the next line. So in the next line, we have end because we don't have anything in between end and the condition, right? So this is the way that you are going to tackle an iteration when you are provided with a flow chart. Got that, people? I need the confirmation.
Then,
yeah. Yes.
count less than 10 the NA.
Count less than 10 කියන එක අපි එක සැරයක් මේක hand trace කරලා බැලුවා පුතා. අපි ආයෙසරයක් බලමු. And Seren, we are not going to have any else for whiles. සාමාන්‍ය programming language වල සමහර languages තියෙනවා while එකකට else එකක් පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන් ඒවා. But when it comes to the pseudocode, there is no else for whiles. It's only for ifs, which you can use an else. Right? මොකද while එක ඉවර වෙනවා කියලා කියන්නේ iteration එක ඉවර වෙනවා කියන එක. Then after we are going on the path which we does not meet any iteration. So it is just a flow. Clear the Seren?
Clear, sir.
Right. So අපි condition එක count less than 10 ද කියලා අහුව නේද? අපි බලමු 10 numbers නේ මෙතන අපිට ගන්න කියලා තියෙන්නේ. So like when we are having one number over here, right? So when we are having one number at the point of enter a name, then our count get increase. මෙතනින් අපි numbers ගන්නෙ. So මෙතනට පළවෙනි number එක එනකොට ඒ පළවෙනි number එක අරගෙන තමයි පළවෙනි increment එක යන්නේ. right? මෙතෙන් තමයි count එක 1 වෙන්නේ. count එක මේ වෙනකන් 0. Then it goes and checks the condition, and when you are taken the second number, then only count get 2. Count gets 2. Right? So අපි ඔහොම ගියාම 9 වෙනි number එක අරගත්තම තමයි ඒ වෙලාවේදී තමයි count එක 9 වෙන්නේ නේද? Right? So මේ වෙනකොට numbers 9ක් අරන් ඉවරයි. count එකත් 9 වෙලා ඉවරයි. So goes up again. මෙතනට ගිහිල්ලා මෙයා check කරනවා. Right? pseudocodes වල මතක තියාගන්න ඕනේ වැදගත්ම දෙයක් තමයි මේක. ඒ කියන්නේ end while කියන තැනට ආවම නිකම්ම end වෙන්නේ නැහැ. end while එකට කලින් තැන. ඒ කියන්නේ මෙතනදී ආයෙ ගිහිලා iteration එක check කරනවා. check කරලා false නම් තමයි end while ගාවට එන්නේ. එතකොට මෙතන count එක 9 වුණාම it goes and check count is less than 10, still yes. So it asks for the 10th value. Then the counter will increase for 10. Then it goes up again and checks. Now the count is not less than 10, so it stops, and then it comes to this point, end while. Yeah, Seren, no path is after the end while means again අපේ flow chart එකේ හැටියට තමයි Seren. So according to this flow chart, once the iteration ends, no path does not have anything to show. නේද මේ මෙතනින් එළියට යනකොට මේ condition එක not true වෙන වෙලාවනේ. So ඒක කෙලින්ම direct වෙන්නේ end වලට. So you may have something in here, some different flow chart, right? එහෙම තිබුණොත් අපි ඒක දාන්න ඕනේ. නැත්තම් නොදා ඉන්න ඕනේ. right. මගේ count එක ගැන ප්‍රශ්නේ හැවුවේ ඉසුරද?
ඔව් සර්.
yes. ඉසුර clear ද වෙන වැඩේ?
සර් දැන් සර් අතනදී කිව්වා මේ නේද මේ අර සිම්බල් එක දානකොට වෙනස් වෙනවා කියලා.
මට තේරුණා පුතේ.
සර් දැන් වයර් ස්ට්‍රක්චර් එක යට තියෙන සර් ග්‍රීන් කලර් වලින් සර්කල් කරලා.
ඔව්.
සර් එතනදී කිව්වනේ මේ මොකද්ද සයින් එක චේන්ජ් වෙනවා කියලා.
ඒ sign එක change වෙනවා කියලා කියන්නේ මේ yes path එකේ නොගිහින් පුතේ no path එකේ iterate වෙන්න ඕන වුණොත්. මම දැන් ගිය සතියේ කතා කරේ අර දෙපැත්ත ආවොත් කොහොමද වෙන්නේ කියලා. දැන් මෙයා yes path එකෙන් යන්නේ. so දැන් මේ ඉස්සරහට පේනව නේද මේ මෙයා iterate වෙන්නේ yes path එක පැත්තෙන් කියලා. ඒක clear නේද? condition එකේ yes
sir.
path එකෙන් iterate වෙනකොට we can have the same condition. no path එකෙන් iterate වෙන්න උනොත් එහෙම no path එකෙන් iterate වෙන තැන් තියෙනවා. මේ දැන් මේ ඊළඟ example එක තියෙන්නේ no path එකෙන් iterate වෙන එකක්. එතකොට ඔයාට මේ condition එකේ complete opposite එක ගන්න වෙන්නේ. right? ඒකයි මම එදා කිව්වේ.
Right, sir. Thank you.
තේරුණා? right, okay. good. Right, people, so you can write this. You don't need to like draw these all arrows and all these things. Just write the pseudocode. And I want you to try the question number 9. Right? So here's the flow chart and the question number 9 for the people who do not have the question. And people again, me question number 9 එකේ flow chart එකේ රතු පාටින් මම ඇඳලා තියෙන ටික flow chart එකට අදාළ නැහැ. ඒක අපි අර කතා බහ කරගෙන යනකොට එන්න පුළුවන් alternatives ගැන තමයි අපි ඔය ලිව්වේ. right? black වලින් තමයි අපි ඇඳලා තියෙන්නේ flow chart එක. right? so do like copy this down. First the example with the while structure, then you are going to try the 9th one. And I'm going to discuss the 9th one by 3:30. Right? Yeah, 3:30 වලට වෙලා on වැඩියෙන් on වුණොත් කියන්න. I'm going to discuss it at 3:30, right?
So did you do the 8th question for the pseudocode?
Hold on. 8 means
Question means like you gave like draw a flowchart to display maximum numbers out of 3 given.
right, okay. That is
That was great.
ඒක අර 3 වලින් maximum එක හොයන්න දුන්නේ මං එදා වැඩ ටික කරලා ඉවරයට නේද? එහෙම නෙවෙයිද දුන්නේ? Was I doing something else? Let me see. It's here. Question 8. Yes. This is question 7 and this is question yes. Yeah, we let's draw that that particular one minute once we done with the this particular question 9, right?
Okay.
Okay. And people, I'm repeating this again and again. If you are not getting this, just like නේ මට කරදර කරන්න, right? So කරදර කරලා ඒක අහගන්න හරියට, right? If you're not getting this, I'm telling it to everyone, right? If you're not getting this, it's your responsibility to, right, be a nut to me, right? So like I can give you the solution. Yeah, Binadi, Dua, it's like, are you talking about the one that I have rounded from the green, like the green circle thing? Is it? Okay. So like this is just to introduce the while structure, so it's not goes with the example that we are talking about. So it is just a while structure. I think we have taken this to our books, like saying what is the while, like structure of the while in pseudocode. As I remember, we did it on the last week, isn't it? ඒක structure එකට පුතේ තියෙන්නේ. So other things like what we have written today is regarding the this particular flowchart, right? Yeah, I'll give you another 5 minutes to complete the 9th question, right? Yeah. So yes, Saran. So question 9 is iterating on the no path. So when it goes to the condition, consider the complete opposite. So the condition in the flowchart, it says is number equals 10. And you should ask the complete opposite. So then is number not equal 10, right? Then only you will be able to put these two steps inside the while loop. මොකද flowchart pseudocode එකේදී while එක ඇතුළට යන්න නම් while condition should give a true output, right? So here it is iterating on when the condition falls, but when we take it to the pseudocode, we have to take the complete opposite. So no becomes yes in the pseudocode, right? So when you are taking the condition into its complete opposite, no become yes and yes become no. Saran, did you got that?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Right, okay. Right, great, Saran. So you got 2 more minutes to complete or try the best you can. So I'm going to write the pseudocode by 3:35. Right. Vihansa, right, great. Okay. Right, Dulagi. Right. Shall we go for the solution? Right. Let's go for the solution. Right. Okay. Right. So it should be begin, and then we have to say number equals 1, right? And then we are like stepping into the iteration, right? So line it's the iteration. Now it's the iteration. So when we are stepping into the iteration, if we did not find the condition at the very first point, so we have to take the condition as the first point, right? So then what we are going to do, we are going to have while right over here. While, then we say what? Number, since it is iterating on no path, we say not equal 10. You can write it like this, or you can just write it by word not equal, or else you can use this particular mark as well. It is considered as a standard mark to the indicate not equal, right?
But if you use number less than or equal to 10, then
it is again correct, neither, you can have that as well, less than or equal to 10, less than or equal to 10. Let me see, yes, yeah, can go, no problem. But Minul, remember, if the flow chart is given to you, it's better you use the complete opposite, huh? Like it may, like, you will gain the marks.
that means like if we wrote our own flowchart, then use the flowchart way. Like
Yes, that's right. So because ඒක ඔයගලන්ට
the
ලකුණු
tutor
දෙන්න.
simply give like this.
Yeah, they will definitely they will. Even in last paper they have, like, we were just finished discussing the 2019 O level paper for the grade 11 people who are like facing the exam like on next week. So there is the last question was something very similar to this, right? So be careful, right? So while number not equals to 10, then we are going to say, so the first thing comes first, right? The condition, this goes first and this goes second, right? So we say display number, right? Then you can say number equals number plus 1, right? Yeah, let me Dua, I'm not very clear about what you are asking, right under the condition means, Dua, right? And the condition turns to opposite.
So when we write the while condition into opposite,
Yeah.
then what we can write under the this step?
But under this step means Dua, condition එක ලියන තැන මොකක්ද ලියන්න පුළුවන් කියන එකද Dua
No, sir.
අහන්නේ?
No. after the condition right, then what we can write?
Like
Then
the
this
like yeah, these
others
things.
turn one or the opposite word.
No, never. It's only the condition. It's only the condition. So like by taking the complete opposite of a condition, what we do to her is we are just changing yes into no and no into yes. That's all. The make do no path එකේනේ iterate වෙන්නේ. අපිට මේ pseudo code එකේ දුව කියන්නේ pseudo code ලියනකොට while එකේ condition එක false වුණාම while එක ඇතුළට එන්න බෑ. මෙයා ඇතුළට එන්න බෑ. තේරුණාද? ඒක නිසා අපි condition එක opposite ලියලා while එක ඇතුළට එන්න විදියක් හදා ගන්නවා. Did you got that? Pet me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, තේරුණාද පුතේ? අපිට කියන්නේ දැන් ඔයා flow chart එක බැලුවොත් flow chart එකේ තියෙන is number equal 10 කියලා අහන question එකේ no කියන path එකෙන් තමයි iterate වෙන්නේ, repeat වෙන්නේ. Then pseudo code එකේ iterative structure එක වෙන්නේ it's the while like in between while and end while නේ, not the end if. While and end while නේ. So the nature of the pseudo code is in the pseudo code while allows to come inside when the condition is true, but in the flow chart it iterates when the condition is false. තේරෙනවද? එතන mismatch එකක් තියෙනවා කියන එක දුර තේරෙනවද?
Yes, sir.
So for that reason අපිට මේ අපේ pseudo code එකේ මෙයාව මේ while එක ඇතුළට ගන්න ඕන නිසා we write the conditions complete opposite. ඒ complete opposite ලිව්වම වෙන්නේ මේ flow chart එකේ yes තියෙන තැන no වුණා වගේ වෙනවා, no තිබ්බ තැන yes වුණා වගේ වෙනවා. So it iterates on the yes part then. ඒක තේරුණාද දුව?
Yes, sir.
All right. So that is why we are just having the complete opposite. Then for other things, we are not going to do any changes. It's going to be like that. එච්චරයි. අපිට අර ආපු පාර change කරගන්න එක විතරයි අපි මෙතනදී කරන්නේ.
Okay, I'm clear, sir. Thank you.
Right, okay. So like begin number equals to 1. So this is something extra. Yes, Buddha.
So in here we can't display 10, right?
You can't display 10. Let me see. What you are suggesting, this is Saran, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Saran, like you are saying about the pseudocode or about the flowchart?
The pseudocode.
Pseudocode. Let's check whether it's going to go, right? So end while, and so our iteration is end, so we can't end the program because we don't have anything once we exit the iteration, right? It is just stop. Right, so let's check about what Saran said. අපි 10 එනවද කියලා අපේ උවමනාව එකේ ඉඳලා 10 වෙනකම් පෙන්න ගන්න, right? So Saran, it's begin number is equal to 1. So from here it displays 1 for the very first time. So then this become 2, right? So number become 2, number variable. So it goes up and not equals 10. So then display the value, so 2. Then the number becomes 3. So that is the nature. අපි number එක display කරලා එකක් වැඩි වෙනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ එක display කරාම number එක දෙක වෙලා තමයි iteration නතර වෙන්නේ. ඒ කියන්නේ එක loop එකක් නතර වෙන්නේ. දෙක display කරාම තුන වෙලා තමයි නතර වෙන්නේ. Now let's think about the place where it displays 9. 9 display වුණාම 7 කියන කතාව ඇත්තක් එනවා වගේ මට පේන්නේ. 9 display වුණාම it becomes 10. Yeah, there is a problem. It becomes 10. And then what it does is it goes up and it is asking not equals 10. It is equals 10. So yes, there is a problem. Let's check how we are going to mitigate that thing. Display number equal number plus 1. Yes.
So in the flowchart we can, but in the pseudocode we can't.
Yeah, hold on. Let's check whether the flow chart we will be able to do that. Here it displays 1 and it becomes 2 over here. Here it displays 2 and this become 3 over here. So දෙක display කරලා තමයි 3 වෙන්නේ. එතකොට 9 display වුණාම 10 බවට convert වෙනවා. So they display 10 and it get executes here. Can. Oh.
The number becomes 10, but it doesn't.
Yeah, number becomes 10, but it doesn't displace neither. Hold on. Okay. What's happened if they mix this thing up? May I would again out මොකද වෙන්නේ? එතකොට 1 display වෙන්නේ අපිට නේද? Yeah.
Then we have to start with n equals 0
Yes, n equals 0,
and take number equals number plus 1 to up, then display number,
then the display number. Yeah. So like එහෙම වුණොත් 1, 10. Yeah. So that's going to be a problem. Yeah.
We can
Hold on.
even change the iteration.
We can even change the iteration condition. That's right. So it is like not equal 11. We'll do the output, but I'm just seeing where it went wrong. Let me check. Number equals number plus 1. If it goes like that, it comes to 1 plus 2. 1 equals 10, no, so equals 1, 2 equals 10, no, 9, set equals 10, 9, it goes like this, 9 is displaying, it is equals, what is it, 9, 10, so 10 displays, and it goes. Not equals 10, not equals 10, not equals 10. Yeah, there is a problem. Yeah, Dulagi, yeah. It should go on the way. Have I make a match කරනකොට we should have a way to do this. I'll look into that. මේ කියන්නේ මේ යන process එකේ මොකක්ද තියෙන ගැටලුව කියන එක කියන්නේ මෙයාව කොතනින්ද change වෙන්න ඕනේ කියන එක, right? Okay, people, I'll look into that, right? So let's do that if condition thing that we have done as the 8th question, right? So this is the 8th example that we have now, 8th question that we have done, finding larger value from 3 given inputs, right? So I want you to convert this into a pseudocode, and there is no any iteration. We just missed this example, so it's better you go through that. All right, so I give you another 5 minutes, so it's 3:48. I'll take it as 3:53, right? And meanwhile I'll handle this. What happens here? Right, people, I have moved the screen. If you really want the flow chart, just let me know. I'm just checking the thing. Yeah, it's all. Okay, people, can we move? Or do you need more time? Right, one is done. Right, two are done. Okay, so can we draw this? All right, so I'm going to draw this. So first we have to begin. Then we have to ask for 3 numbers. So we can say enter 3 numbers and consider them as x, y, z. Then first we are going to find a condition. So it is an if. This is not an iteration. It is just a selection. So if we are going to say x larger than y, then we have to write what to be done when this condition is true. So when that condition is true, we are finding another condition. So if there is going to be another if inside this if. So this is what we call the nested if concept. Right? If එකක් ඇතුලේ තව if එකක්. දැන් else if එකක් nested if කියලා සමහර තැන්වල කියලා තිබුණාට it's not actually the nested if structure. It's a else if එක. ඒ if එක නෙවෙයි නම් ඊළඟට මොකක්ද කරන්නේ? But this is nested if. One particular thing is correct, And then you have to search for another particular thing, right? So this says if X larger than Z, then, so we have to deal with that particular very inner if first. So when if X larger than Z, so in the yes part it says display X as maximum value, right? And if it does not, that means the else of it, the inner one, display Z as maximum value. Then and if will be there just for the nested one, right? And then we are going to think about the no path. So when it goes on the no path, it finds another condition, right? So we call it the else if. So else, that belongs to this if, and inside it we are going to take another if, right? So that if is going to give the condition y larger than z. Then it says display y as the maximum value, and it has an else, that is the else of else if, and we have to ask display z as the maximum value. And then two end ifs should be there, because one if is here and here we got another else if part. So one end if and another end if. And for this end if, this if, there is already an end if. And the very finally, you should have the end for the beginning. Right. Got that? Terunada?
So can you like end if at like all the three end if at once?
No. That inner end if, Minul, you should end with that particular thing. නැත්තම් අර ඒ if එක continue වෙනවා කියලා පේන්නේ. ඒ කියන්නේ එයාගේ else එකට පස්සේ end if එක නොතිබුණොත්, so this else has everything කියලා තමයි ඊට පස්සේ indicate වෙන්නේ. If you don't put the end if. මොකද අර ඒ පොඩි inner if එක වෙනම ඉවර වෙනවා. Got that?
That's because it's a nested if. If it's a
Yeah. Else if, yes. මොකද ඒකේ එකකින් layer එක මේක ඉවර වෙනවා. If it is true, if not, so if this is true, if not, if this is true, then we can end the ifs at the very last, but not in here. Right. So if you have any corrections to get done, just I'll give you 2 more minutes. Then we'll, yeah, I have figured out what I have went wrong on that particular thing when I'm telling you. I'll show you what are the necessary changes to be done in the iterative structure that I did for the answer of that particular thing.
So we can do the 10th question.
Yeah. Meanwhile, yeah, you can try the 10th one. So if you're done with this thing, is there anyone still getting this thing down? Right. Can we move then? Let me know if you need that particular screen again, right? Okay, ma'am metana karapu වැරද්ද, right? වැරද්ද තමයි. Now, since this condition is at the middle of the flow, දැන් කලින් example එකේ ඔක්කොම දේවල් ටික සිද්ධ වෙලා තමයි අපිට condition එක ආවේ. So we can take the condition and go on a orderly path. මුලින් පටන් අරගෙන යන්න පුළුවන්. මෙතනදී මගේ අතින් මිස් වෙච්ච දේ මම හිතලා බලපු නැති දේ තමයි, like since the condition is at the middle, so the things before the condition should duplicate before the while structure, right? දැන් මම වරද්දපු එක කොහොම උඩ තියලා මම හරියක ලියන්නම් මෙතන පහලින්, right? So it's going to be something like this: begin, then we take number equals 1, and I'm going to say display number. Since it is before the condition, මේක අපි මේ ලියන්නේ condition එක මැද්දේ හම්බෙච්ච නිසා, right? Then we are going to have the while number not equals to 10. Then we are going to go in the order manner. Order manner again, like number equals number plus 1 will become the next line inside the while. Number equals number plus 1. Then we say display number. Then we are going to do the end while, right? Then we are going to say end to the program. So now we are not facing the thing, and it goes the very same way the flow chart flows, right? So let's hand trace and let me hand trace and show it to you.
It's more easy if you change the condition to
Yeah. But again, Minul, that's why I'm saying, like, if they've given the exact thing, we should know the way of writing it. ඒ කියන්නේ ඒගොල්ලෝ පුතේ දුන්නොත් මේකටම ගැලපෙන එක ලියන්න කියලා. It's better we write this thing, right? So here one will display at initial point. I'm sorry, from this particular thing, එක කියන එක නා display වෙනවා. Then after condition is checked whether the number is less than or equal 10. So here this become 2, then 2 will display, right? Then the condition is checked. So then this will become 3 and 3 will display, right? So likewise, once this become 9, so 9 will get display. So then goes and check the condition, is still it is not equal to 10. So this become 10 and 10 will be displayed. Then it goes again. So the condition is true, false now. So it exits to the end while and it will get end. Right? So remember, if you find the condition at the middle, ඔයගලන්ගේ exam එකේදී මේ condition එක මැද්දේ දාන වෙලාව සෑහෙන අඩුයි. ඒ කියන්නේ අපි කතා කරපු විදිහට සාමාන්‍ය විදිහට මුලටම condition එක දාලා තමයි ඔයගලන්ට questions දෙන්නේ. So මේකේ flow එක match කරන එක ලොකු අමාරුවක් වෙන්නේ නැහැ ඔයගලන්ට. But remember this point, right? If you find the condition at the middle, you should duplicate the things before the condition. Iteration එකේ condition එකට කලින් තිබ්බ ටික duplicate කරගන්න ඕනේ. එහෙම කරන්නේ මොන වෙලාවකද? condition එක මෙහෙම මැද්දේදී හම්බුනේ. මුලදී හරි අගදී හරි හම්බුනොත් නෙමෙයි. right? දැන් කලින් example එකේ අපිට යව හම්බෙන්නේ ඔක්කොම කරලා අගට. right? Okay, so yeah, people, if it's better you can write these two things. ඒ කියන්නේ අර අනිත් වෙන approaches වලින් කියපු එක අවුලක් නැහැ. So keep it. මේ මම දෙවෙනියට ලියුප් එක ලියා ගන්න හරියටම මැප් වෙන විදිහ කියලා. ඒ කියන්නේ flow chart එක දුන්නොත් ලියන විදිහ කියන එක. So it's better you like focus on that.
Also, there should be two display numbers.
Yeah, like ඒකයි මම කිව්වා අර duplicate වෙනවා කියලා. display number එක මුලින් ගිහිල්ලා ඊට පස්සේ iteration එක ඇතුලේ මේ පිළිවෙලට යන්න. Right? The reason, Vinod, in the flow chart, it can be like displayed graphically. නේද අපිට flow chart එක අවුලක් වුනේ නැත්තේ ඒකයි. But when it comes to the pseudocode, we have several constraints. Right? රතු පාටින් තියෙන ටික ඔයගොල්ලෝ ලියාගත්තට කමක් නැහැ. Those are not the part of the pseudocode, right? So the 10th question is on the screen. So I'll give you another 5 minutes to complete it, right? ඔයගලගේ මේ ආන්සර් එක යටින් ඔයගොල්ලෝ ස්ටාර් මාක් එකක් දාලා ඔයගොල්ලෝ කරපු දේ පොඩ්ඩක් ලියාකට ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ. when the condition is at the middle of the flow chart, we should write the statements before the condition and duplicate them inside the while structure as well. මම මෙතන මොන පොඩ්ඩක් ලියන්නම් so you can indicate it. Write in the statement before the condition since it is කියලා කියන්නේ condition කියන එකමයි. Since condition at the middle of the flow chart, it's better you say since condition. Since condition at the middle of the flow chart. And for this, duplicate the statement to take desired output. Okay, are we done? Right, people, do you need any more time? Okay, so shall we? So the 10th question, the flow chart is right over here, right? So the question is to draw the flow chart to calculate and display the total of user given values one at a time. User input should stop whenever he gave 0 as the input, or like the program should end, should stop whenever he gave 0 as the input, right? So we have drawn the flow chart, and now we are going to write the pseudo code, right? So here we are going to write. So we start with begin, and it says total equals 0, So that is the initialization of the total, because we are using total equals total plus number to do the totaling part. And then we are on the same situation. Now condition is at the middle and we are iterating on the no path. So since condition is at the middle, we have to write enter a number before the condition. And then we should ask the complete opposite of this condition. Now, according to my flowchart, right? So I'm saying while number not equal 0, then, so then we are going to go on the, in the order, like total equals total plus number first, then enter number as second. So here we say total equals total plus number, then enter a number, right? So once you enter the number, it will goes back again and check for the number whether it is not equal 0. If it is not equal 0, then it will do the totaling part, right? So that is the things which should goes inside the while loop. Then we can write end while, and here you have to remember, you have to focus, like after the end while there is a thing to do which is called display total. So we write end while right over here, then we have to say display total, then we can end the program. Okay, people, did you got this?
So without duplicating entire number, we can. Sorry.
There is a problem, Minul. Practical problem will be there, because like then how you are going to check the number in the condition first, the very first time? It's going to be a practically problem, isn't it? ඒකයි ඔය duplicate කරනවා කියන concept එක එන්නේ Minul. Like we won't be able to check this for the very first time. අපි ඒක උඩ එක ලිව්වේ නැති වුණොත් Minul, we won't be able to get into the loop. Got it, Minul?
No, so if you like write the only the top one and don't write this bottom one.
Like you mean like write it not only by writing this?
Yeah.
So like then how we are going to take the number for the second time? Because now in the when it comes to the pseudocode, Minul, like it's the while structure. මෙයාගෙන් එළියට යන්න දෙන්නේ නැහැනේ. So duplicating is a must. Otherwise there is no way of taking a number again. Got that?
Yes.
Yeah, good that you asking the questions, because it will get clear the things, right? Okay, people, like write down that. So the question number 11 is at the bottom, so you can go for it. So I think with the start of next week lesson, we will be able to jump into the Pascal. Make a little we haven't. So we can go for it without a problem. So try the 11th one. We'll get done the 11th one, and we can end the session. People, if you are done, just let me know, right? Yeah, Saran, yes, yes. Yeah, I think we have discussed the things අපි ඒක discuss කර ගියේ නේද කොහෙටද යන්නේ කොහොමද යන්නේ කියන එක. Did we draw it twice? I don't remember. Yeah, I think this is the final one we drew. We have to display, Sarah. We have to display. Right, like it says draw a flowchart to calculate the total of 5 numbers given by the user at one time. Yeah. It's better you display. I haven't mentioned it on the question either. Draw a flowchart to calculate the total of 5 numbers and display. It's better we have and display part in here. And display given by the user one at a time. Yeah. So like it's a 7. Yeah, it's a total. No, we want. It's a total we want. Total of 5 numbers. Not one by one. Not one by one. Okay, so shall we write the answer, people? Do you need more time to complete this? Right, so here we go. So I'm going to go with the flow chart right over here, right? So now in here, the condition is at the very last. So we can go as the first one, right? So we can start by saying begin, and we can initialize count equals 0, total equals 0. And since all these things, after all these things, the this particular condition is there, and again it is flowing on the no path. This is the no path. So we have to take the complete opposite of it, like while count not equal 5, then we can say enter a number, then you can say count equals count plus 1, then you can say total equals total plus number. So no hassle, so we can say end while. right? So then we can display the total and we can end. So that will be the end of the pseudocodes, right? So you can make the things correct, or like you can have the comparison of your answer and this particular thing, right? And by next week, we are going to start the Pascal. So it's clearly the syntax and all these things, and you will see like we are going through many similar kind of components when we are doing the flowchart and the pseudocode, right? So ලබන සතියේ ඉඳලා අපි පොඩි short note එකක් අරගෙන යනවා syntax ටික මතක තියාගන්න, right? So get ready with your books, right? So I'm going to tell you how to take an input, how to take an output, what is the structure, right? How the control structure behaves, right? So you need to go through that, right? So get ready with that. And if you are dealing with a computer when you are in the class, so like I'm asking you to convert this particular programs into the Pascal, right? So you can I'll do the things and show it to you as well, right? So you can try the practicals with me if you got the facilities, right? If you do not have, don't worry, I'm going to code it for you, but you have to have the ability to write it, right? Then when it comes to the exam, it's not going to give you the right entire code from Pascal, right? Maybe the code segments. In most of the cases, you are asked to hand trace or dry run the things, right? So you need to practice the algorithms and the syntax in the Pascal, right? Okay, people. So if you are done with this, we can end the session, right? So we are going to meet on the next session to do the Pascal practicals, right? So, and if you got any questions regarding this, you can ask, right? If you don't, so then thank you very much, right? So have a nice weekend. We are going to meet on next Sunday.
Thank you, sir.
Right, okay. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Right,
Yes, sir.
okay.
Bye, sir.
Okay, bye. Okay, Navisha, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Right, Dua, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Right, Dua, thank you. Yeah, Metika, are you still writing Metika or Metika? Metika?